Hello guys, you are seeing Prime News Australia, where we show you the latest and important news of Australia in the fastest and reliable way. So come, let's start by not delaying 25 big updates of the Australia, especially for you. Before proceeding in the video, comment by commenting from which state you are watching, and also like video so that YouTube can reach this video to more people of Australia.
The federal government in Australia announced fresh measures to support households facing rising living costs. Officials confirmed expanded energy rebates, targeted tax relief for low-income earners, and additional funding for essential services. The government stated that inflationary pressures remain a concern, particularly for food and fuels. Australian health authorities reported a seasonal rise in influenza cases, urging citizens to get vaccinated before winter intensifies. Hospitals have been advised to prepare for increased patient intake, especially among elderly populations. Medical experts said vaccination remains the most effective protection against severe illness. The National Weather Agency issued warnings for severe rainfall across several regions, cautioning residents about potential flash flooding. Emergency services have been placed on alert, with local councils reviewing evacuation plans. Meteorologists stated that changing weather patterns are increasing the frequency of intense rain events. Australia's central bank signalled that interest rates may remain unchanged in the short term as it assesses economic conditions. Policymakers cited mixed indicators, including steady employment figures and easing inflation. Financial analysts believe the bank is adopting a cautious approach to avoid slowing economic growth too sharply. New data revealed a modest improvement in national employment figures, with job growth recorded in healthcare, education, and construction sectors. Economists noted that while unemployment remained stable, underemployment continues to affect younger workers. The government welcomed the figures, describing them as evidence of economic resilience. The education sector announced additional funding for public schools to support digital learning initiatives. Officials said the investment will improve access to technology, particularly in rural communities. Teachers welcomed the move, but emphasized the need for ongoing professional training. Education advocates stated that closing the digital divide is critical for ensuring equal learning opportunities, especially as classrooms increasingly rely on online resources and modern teaching tools. Australia's renewable energy sector recorded steady growth, with new solar and wind projects entering development stages. Industry leaders said investor confidence remains strong due to government incentives and rising demand for clean power. Environmental groups praised the progress but called for faster implementation. Transport authorities confirmed upgrades to major rail infrastructure aimed at improving safety and reducing delays. The project includes signal modernization and track maintenance work. Commuters have been advised to expect temporary disruptions during construction. Officials stated that long-term benefits will include faster travel times and increased reliability. The agriculture sector reported improved crop conditions following recent rainfall in key farming regions. Farmers expressed cautious optimism after challenging weather earlier in the year. Agricultural analysts said soil moisture levels have improved, benefiting winter planting. However, concerns remain about long-term climate variability. Australia's tourism industry showed signs of recovery as domestic travel bookings increased. Operators reported higher demand for regional destinations during school holidays. Tourism officials credited promotional campaigns and improved consumer confidence. Industry representatives said staffing shortages remain a challenge, particularly in hospitality. Consumer advocacy groups raised concerns over rising grocery prices, calling for greater transparency from major retailers. Shoppers reported continued pressure on household budgets despite easing inflation. Regulators stated they are monitoring pricing practices to ensure fair competition. Retail industry representatives argued that supply chain costs remain high. Australia's Defence Department confirmed ongoing joint training exercises aimed at improving regional security cooperation. Officials stated the drills focus on disaster response, maritime safety, and strategic coordination. Defence analysts noted the importance of preparedness amid evolving geopolitical conditions. Environmental authorities announced stricter monitoring of coastal ecosystems following reports of coral stress. Scientists observed early signs of bleaching linked to warmer ocean temperatures. Conservation groups urged immediate action to reduce environmental pressures. Officials said research funding will be increased to better understand climate impacts. The housing sector recorded a slight increase in new home approvals, offering cautious optimism for builders. Industry groups said rising construction costs and labor shortages remain major challenges. Government representatives highlighted support measures aimed at boosting housing supply. Analysts warned that affordability concerns persist for first-time buyers. Long-term solutions, they said, require coordinated planning, infrastructure investment, and streamlined approval processes. Australia's technology sector continued to attract investment, particularly in cybersecurity and artificial intelligence startups. Industry leaders said demand for digital solutions is rising across both public and private sectors. The government welcomed the growth, citing job creation potential. Health experts highlighted increasing mental health service demand, particularly among young adults. Providers reported longer wait times for counseling and support services. The government acknowledged the strain and announced additional funding for community-based programs. Advocacy groups stressed the need for early intervention and prevention strategies. Australia's manufacturing sector showed mixed performance, with some industries reporting growth while others faced declining output. Analysts attributed the variation to fluctuating demand and supply chain adjustments. Industry representatives called for continued government support to boost competitiveness. Authorities confirmed progress on major water management projects designed to improve long-term supply security. Officials said the initiatives aim to balance agricultural, environmental, and urban needs. Water experts highlighted the importance of sustainable usage amid changing climate conditions. Community consultations are ongoing to address concerns from local stakeholders. Australia's Sports Administration announced new grassroots funding to encourage youth participation. The initiative focuses on improving facilities and access in disadvantaged communities. Sporting organisations welcomed the support, citing rising costs as a barrier for families. Health experts noted the long-term benefits of physical activity for mental and physical well-being. Consumer confidence showed modest improvement according to the latest survey, reflecting easing inflation concerns. Analysts said optimism remains cautious due to ongoing cost of living pressures. Retailers reported steady but restrained spending patterns. Economic commentators believe confidence will strengthen further if wages continue to rise. Policymakers emphasize the importance of maintaining stability to support both consumers and businesses during uncertain global conditions. The aviation sector reported increased domestic flight demand, driven by leisure travel. Airlines said capacity has improved, though operational challenges persist. Industry officials highlighted efforts to improve punctuality and customer service. Analysts noted that fuel costs remain a key concern for carriers. Aviation authorities continue to monitor safety standards closely as passenger volumes gradually return to pre-pandemic levels. Australia's Public Service announced reforms aimed at improving efficiency and digital delivery. Officials said the changes will streamline processes and enhance citizen access to services. Public sector unions called for clear communication during implementation. Governance experts stated that modernisation is necessary to meet growing public expectations. The government emphasised that accountability and service quality will remain central to reform efforts. Australia's retail sector experienced steady online sales growth, reflecting changing consumer habits. Businesses reported increased investment in logistics and digital platforms. Analysts said convenience and pricing transparency are driving the trend. Traditional retailers continue adapting by integrating online and in-store experiences. Industry experts believe hybrid retail models will dominate the market as technology reshapes consumer expectations.